Yo, what is up, guys? Paul here from Paul's Game and Fish, bringing you a build video about my build videos. So I've got a couple of questions about the apps that I've used on a couple of my theory crafting videos, and I figured I'd share these out there. This is where I kind of get my idea for the build of how I want to set it up, what skills I want on what bar, and sometimes what gear that I want to use. It gives me the ability to find something that I might not know that was there, or some extra information about a morph. Of course, I want to get notifications in the middle of this. So the very first app that I want to use is ESO Skills. This is on the Android. ESO Skills is going to let you see the base of a skill. So you're going to select your class, you're going to select your race, and it's going to bring you to this. It's going to have 2 blank skill bars. So the stats that this is going to show you, so let's say with Assassin's Blade, it says that it only does 412 magic damage. Well, this is considered a character that is at 0 spell power, 0 magicka, level 1. So this is the base of a skill without any form of multipliers or anything on it. It still gives you an idea, though, of what the ability does, not necessarily the total output of the damage scaling, but it just lets you know what morph does what, lets you know, basically, is it going to be magic? Is it going to be stamina? What are the additional abilities of it? Let me just say that I am in my truck on lunch right now, so there's a lot of stuff that's going on around me right now, so I am a little bit distracted. So let's say that we're trying to come up with a sword and board Nightblade build, for example. So I know that I want to use surprise attacks. So I'm going to put this here on my front bar. And let's say if I want to use the gap closer from my weapon tree. So I'm going to touch the icon in the upper right hand corner, go to weapons, and just find my one-handed shield, and I'll find my shield charge, which is the base skill of it, and then I'll determine whether I want to do shielded assault or invasion. So just drag it in, and like I said, it lets you go back and forth between different skill bars, so you can kind of play with the idea of, what skills you want. It's just, where do you want them? Where are they going to work? Is it going to work with your weapon setup, whether you use sword and board, 2-hand, or dual wield, 2-hand, however? Like, is your bar setup going to work? It'll give you an idea before you get into the game. But another reason why I like this, though, just because it shows you the different morphs. So like with Ransack, it gives me the increased physical resistance, while with Pierce Armor, it's going to affect the enemy with Major Breach. So that way I don't have to respec just in case if I forget something. The other app that I like to use is actually a bit more useful than ESO Skills. It's called ESO Toolkit. This app is ridiculous. So we're going to start on the set menu. So this is going to show you all of the item sets in the game. Craft it, drop light, PvP light, drop medium, and so forth. It'll show you Undaunted, it'll show you all of that. It'll also show you what sets are available in those items also. So let's say we take a look at Amber Plasm. It's a drop light set. It tells me that it comes from the runes of Mazatan. Bind on pickup, so that tells me that I have to be in the dungeon, I have to get it. So if I click on it, it looks like it's dropping in all of the sets. It's giving me jewelry, armor, it's giving me weapons, and it tells you the style that it's in, the Mazatan style also. Now the stats for these are considered to be a CP 160 gold item, are the stats that these are going to show you right here. So I see one set that I want. Now let's say if I want to run another set. Let's say if I want to run Targ's Pact. So it's telling me it's a 3-piece item that I need to be able to build, and it gives me the 3 locations that you can craft this set at. So I was like, okay, so we got our 2 sets that we want to use, and we'll think of a monster set in just a little bit. Now the upper right hand corner, you click the little page icon and go to show current build. So we're going to start with our crafted set. Make sure I'm on the crafted. I'm going to select Targ's Pact. I'm going to select all of the pieces that I will do for Targ's Pact. And then I'm going to go to dropped light. Move my face around. And see if I can find Amber Plasm. Now sometimes these are a little bit out of order, like that was. So as I'm building this, I'm noticing that, so for this right here, I'll have to do dual wield. So if I wanted to run 5-piece Targ's Pact, 5-piece Amber Plasm, it doesn't look like it's going to work out too well for me. Unless I went with no monster set, and I did my shoulders, And then let's do Undaunted. And let's just find this a random helmet. So let's say we're going to do Malakina somewhere. There we go. If I can actually hit it. So now that we got all of our items in place, you can hit Show Build Details. Shows you the sets that you're running. The 5 Amber, 1 Kina, 5 Targs packed. And it shows you the accumulated stats. So with everything, it's going to give me the health, the spell damage, the recoveries, and then it shows you going down through Targs packed as well. Now, if you have multiple sets that do multiple stats, so let's say if you're running, 5 different things that you're running on your set, it's going to give you maximum magicka. Well, those are all stacked up under the same bar. You're not just going to see 5 different lines of max magicka. So this gives you an idea of what item that you want in what slot, so that way you can make your front bar, back bar work before you start crafting, before you start farming. And then it shows you where the items come from. So let's say I'm looking for Elemental Succession. This is coming from Maelstrom Arena. So it gives you that ability also. But this app does so much more. So let's say for crafting, you can see what level, what armor value, how much material you're going to need for each piece. It'll show you the armor rating. Now this is a white item, obviously. But it'll show you, so I need 150 pieces for a chest piece. You might need 110 for some gauntlets, or 130 for some gauntlets. So that way there you can figure out how much materials that you need before you start crafting. Alchemy, same thing. You can make your potions in here also. So let's say if we pick Bug Loss, we got Restore Health, Restore Magicka, we do Butterfly Wings. So with just these items right here, it's telling me that I only have one option to make a potion. That's going to be a Restore Health potion. So if you're looking for very specific potions, you can select everything that has it, and then it'll show you all possible outcomes as far as that potion is concerned. Provisioning, same thing. Scroll all the way down, it'll show you what the food does and what the ingredients are going to do for it. Trait management, if you're still researching items, you can mark an item as researching, and the counter does go up depending on how many items you have researching and how many items you have learned. So it does keep track of that. So if this is your very first item, it's going to be 6 hours for that first piece. Very nice to actually keep track of what you're looking for. Same thing with your styles node. I haven't messed around with the marketplace because it kind of takes you to like an in-app chat, which nobody really uses. Skill calculator is still in work. And then Mundus Stone basically just shows you where they're at. It doesn't really give you too much information on that. But that's all that I use, and it's pretty damn handy. Lets me find out. The biggest thing is what items I want on what bar, so that way I can make sure I got my 5 pieces right depending on the bar that I am. And also it helps me mess around with skills and different ideas before I even get into the game. So you're just chilling at work, or you really want to mess around with something without having to respec or move things around. These 2 apps, ESO Skills and ESO Toolkits, will really help you guys out. Alright guys, have a good day.